Today, we're diving straight into the top 10 best Norwegian romance movies that will completely capture your heart. These films blend love, passion, and heartbreak in ways only Norwegian cinema can. Make sure you watch till the end. Number 3 is an emotional masterpiece you don't want to miss. And if you love stories that feel raw and real, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more romantic movie picks every week. 1. Dreams, Sex, Love, 2024. Dreams dives deep into forbidden attraction between Johan, a teenage girl, and her French teacher, Johanna. What starts as quiet admiration slowly becomes an emotional wildfire they can't control. The tension is subtle but electric, showing how passion can bloom in the wrong places. Every scene feels heavy with longing and silence that says more than words ever could. It's not a scandal, it's a slow unraveling of boundaries and emotions. Their love story challenges morality and tenderness in equal measure. You can't help but feel the pull of something that shouldn't exist. In the end, you're left questioning if love itself can ever be a mistake. 2. Don't Call Me Mama, 2025. Eva seems to have it all: a respected job, a perfect marriage, and a spotless reputation. But when she falls for a young refugee named Amir, her world turns upside down. What begins as compassion soon transforms into an uncontrollable attraction. Each stolen glance and secret meeting feels like fire on fragile glass. The guilt, passion, and fear create a love story that's both intoxicating and destructive. It's not just about romance, it's about the cost of being truly seen. Ava's choices shatter her carefully built life, leaving her stripped bare in every sense. It's a haunting reminder that love doesn't always save, it sometimes ruins. 3. Lovable, 2024. When Maria's husband asks for a break, she realizes her marriage wasn't built on love, it was built on convenience. Left alone with her kids and her doubts, she's forced to rediscover who she is. Her journey from heartbreak to healing is raw and deeply personal. Every tear, every quiet moment feels painfully real. The film isn't about getting over someone, it's about finding yourself again when no one's looking. You watch Maria stumble, cry, and laugh her way back to life. Lovable proves that self-love is sometimes the hardest kind to find. By the end, you're rooting not for romance, but for her rebirth. 4. Royalty, 2022. Royalty is a modern Norwegian romance that sparkles with charm and tension. It follows Lena, a high school girl who falls for Prince Carl Johan, yes, an actual prince, while hiding a scandalous past. Their relationship unfolds between royal expectations, media pressure, and the thrill of forbidden love. The chemistry between them is sweet yet uncertain, capturing that youthful rush of falling too hard, too fast. Every moment feels like a secret worth keeping and a risk worth taking. The film beautifully balances fairy tale romance with the weight of real-world consequences. Beneath the glitter, it's a story about vulnerability, forgiveness, and daring to love despite your past. By the end, you'll be rooting for them like your own royal couple. 5. The Worst Person in the World, 2021. Julie is in her late 20s, floating between lovers, careers, and dreams she can't quite commit to. She's charming, chaotic, and achingly relatable. The film follows her through heartbreaks, fleeting joy, and quiet moments of self. Every relationship she enters feels like an attempt to understand herself. The cinematography captures the bittersweet feeling of time slipping away. Love here isn't glamorous, it's confusing, funny, and devastating all at once. Julie's indecision becomes her greatest tragedy and her greatest strength. By the end, you don't just empathize with her, you see yourself in her. 6. A Human Position, 2022. Asta, a local journalist, lives a quiet life with her girlfriend in a small Norwegian town. But when she investigates a refugee's mysterious disappearance, her emotional walls start to crumble. Through her work, she rediscovers her own ability to love and care deeply. The film's slow pace mirrors real intimacy, gentle, unspoken, yet powerful. Each shot lingers, allowing emotions to breathe. Asta's relationship feels authentic, filled with tenderness and flaws. It's not a love story about passion, it's about presence. By the end, love feels less like a spark and more like a steady, healing light. 7. So Long, Marianne. 2024. So Long, Marianne is a beautiful, poetic film based on the real-life love story between Leonard Cohen and Marianne. Set between Norway and Greece, it captures a romance that feels timeless, tender, passionate, and heartbreakingly human. The chemistry between the leads feels effortless, as if the camera itself falls in love with them. Every frame radiates nostalgia, from the blue Aegean skies to the quiet Norwegian countryside. It's not just a love story, it's about inspiration, art, and the cost of giving your heart to a dreamer. The bittersweet tone keeps you hooked, knowing that their love will never be ordinary or easy. By the end, you'll feel like you've witnessed something rare and deeply soulful. This film is a love letter to those who believe that true love, no matter how fleeting, changes us forever. 8. An Affair. 2018. An Affair is a tense and passionate Norwegian romance that blurs the line between desire and danger. It follows Anita, a beautiful, disciplined high school teacher who seems to have a perfect life, until she begins a secret affair with one of her students. What starts as a moment of forbidden attraction spirals into obsession, jealousy, and guilt. The chemistry between them is electric but unsettling, pulling Anita deeper into a web she can't escape. As the relationship intensifies, her career, marriage, and sanity begin to unravel piece by piece. The film captures the loneliness behind lust, showing how emotional emptiness can drive people to risky choices. Every scene drips with tension, secrecy, and unspoken fear. By the time it ends, An Affair leaves you questioning whether passion can ever justify betrayal, or if it only destroys everything in its path. 9. Battle. 2018. Battle is a Norwegian romantic drama that dances between passion, identity, and personal struggle. It follows Amelie, a talented young dancer whose privileged world collapses when her father loses everything. Forced to move to a rougher neighborhood, she meets Mikhail, a street dancer whose raw energy and confidence challenge everything she thought she knew about herself. What begins as curiosity turns into a fiery romance built on rhythm, vulnerability, and discovery. Through dance, they learn to connect beyond words, expressing pain, love, and resilience with every move. The chemistry between them feels real, pulsing with emotion and defiance. Battle isn't just about movement, it's about finding your rhythm in love and in life, even when everything else falls apart. 10. Narvik. 2022. Set during World War II, Narvik tells the gripping story of a soldier and his wife caught between duty and devotion. Their love is tested as the horrors of war close in, forcing impossible choices. Ingrid's strength and sacrifice anchor the story, even as the world around her burns. Every moment between them feels like borrowed time. The cinematography captures both the vastness of war and the intimacy of longing. It's a romance built on loyalty and loss, as beautiful as it is heartbreaking. You feel the cold, the fear, and the hope they cling to. Love doesn't conquer all here, but it endures, even in silence. Norwegian romance films have a way of showing love that's both tender and brutally honest. Each story reminds us that love isn't always easy, but it's always worth feeling. If you enjoyed this list, drop a comment with your favorite movie or one that made you cry the most. And don't forget to subscribe for more heartfelt movie recommendations coming your way.